All right. Hello. Good afternoon. It is almost 5 o'clock here. It's here 5 o'clock on a beautiful day. Um, Good afternoon. Happy Thursday. Here is another book release that I'm doing today regarding COVID-19. Except this is another book release. Except this one is talking about what can high school students do about the COVID-19 pandemic. So. As you know, I am introduce myself. My name is LaQueen Battle. I'm the founder and director of Battle First Aid Responder Services. I'm a certified medical assistant, a first aid responder, community health advocate, and published author, and I'm always out in the community talking to people and helping out too. So I continue to love what I do. I'm very interested in talking, promoting COVID-19 awareness as well as academic awareness in the community. So that is kind of something that I'm really interested in love to do. Um, of course, as you know, um, the pandemic here in the United States is still not yet over. So, when I did have the opportunity and the time, I wrote about it. I wrote about my own reflections, my own personal experience of being a medical assistant, dealing with the pandemic, and going through a lot of other issues too, as well. So, in this short report, I wrote about what can high school students do about the pandemic, and I compared it to a scientific reference, a scientific theory in regards to what can high school students do about it. So I compared this to a scientific theory. All right, so let me go to this book. Again, the book is available here. You go to it's available here. You can buy Support Me. You go to either iPhone or Android, your Android device, and you can actually download the Amazon Kindle app on your iPhone or your Android device, and you can download it on your tablet, your iPhone, your Android, or an iPad, and you can buy my books that way too as well. So this one is called "What Can High School Students Do About the Pandemic?" Did some research from there, and then I made a brief statement of belief of what I believe in. I'll read it briefly to you guys. Therefore, I intend that to practice my persistent questions and wanting of knowledge, it is requirement that I provide an understanding practical and the solution of COVID-19 coronavirus viral infection phenomenon. If through all the inquiries from the past 12 months of this annual year, I have learned through to continual trusting the path of the Lord, it is desire to find a better human method of treating the homeless, the lost and mobile to general public middle class society. We are all humane creatures and mammals that live and breathe the same air, but still continue down the path of evolution and natural reproduction. Both single creatures, when created as a small human embryonic cell, then mature to full grown men and women. Science and the natural geology of Earth have taught us that humans were created to adapt to change. And I wrote this in 2021. Okay, so it's brief talking about the pandemic and how it relates to science and technology. I go into here talking about the second page. The COVID-19 coronavirus has caused extreme and tremendous district citywide closures all across the United States and worldwide, within the Commonwealth of Massachusetts to Boston public schools, and all schools across the world seem to be included. Congruently, the entire student population of Suffolk County and the city of Boston are provided with many limited resources since the beginning and the current status of the 2020 economy. It has caused an increase in violence, criminal activity, and underage crime to assault to possession of misdemeanor drugs, etc. And the under 18 category years as well as 18 to 26-year-olds. Since the start of the new calendar year, many students are still going through the cycle of equal access to the regular quality education. All of this is available on the app. Um, if you download the app to Kindle, the Kindle app on your Android and your iPhone device, you can find the book there for purchase too as well. Since the start of the new calendar year, 2021, many students are still going through the cycle of equal access to the regular quality of education afforded to their other families before them. This includes a lack of adequate education, free resources, financial aid support being limited, as well as private tutoring, teacher assistance to help and aid a troubled student. Some of the shortfalls I have noticed this year include, of course, and all of this is available, like I said before, on your Amazon Kindle, the Kindle app on your iPhone or your Android device, and you could actually download the Kindle app here and buy the book online too as well. So other problems I talked about were many students are not understanding remote learning under the same guidelines as homeschooling. Many students are forced to remain limited from getting free educational resources that are also available because of a lack of a free library card. And the Public School Resource Library provides many published fiction and nonfiction reference science textbooks. Okay, so give me one moment. Free textbooks to help assist students and parents with learning how seasonal influenza, seasonal allergies, pneumonia, as well as COVID-19 works in the human body. So, what I hope to do is I hope to get this book transcribed and printed out to school districts as well as our current mayor, Michelle Wu, our previous mayor, Kim Janey, and of course Marty Wash and other school officials to let them know how the COVID-19 virus impacts them and hopefully turn this into further production. So this is a little bit more a brief synopsis about how your student can view COVID-19. It's a brief description, not a lot of the virus, but it's briefly into it, okay? Again, the COVID pandemic is not yet over. We still have a lot more to do and a lot more to learn upon. What you can do is you can continue to be involved, look at the news resources, as well as talk to your local doctor, your physician, and ask them questions of how the pandemic applies to you. Again, it's not yet over. Many people here in the East Coast, um, Boston, Philadelphia, New York, DC have more resources available to them than in Atlanta, Florida, but it may be different regardless of who has the most resources or not. The communication path still may not be the same. Okay, if you don't understand me or not, if you're trying to understand me, come back, try to understand me. We may not be on the same path with any of this pandemic, but it is still not yet over. Okay, so the best thing I can encourage you to do is to stay up to date with you and your personal position, as well as to stay up to date about what is going on in the news. Okay, we're almost there. The mask mandates have lifted, which is great. The mask mandates have lifted, but always stay up to date with what you and your personal position are talking about. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. God bless you. This is LaQueen Battle, medical assistant. Take care and peace and much love. God bless. Bye.